the way Mick is, I think he instilled those values, didn't he, on the team, and we quickly you come in and you see somebody like Mick McCarthy who's got such a presence about him, such a huge character, and he has these values, old school values maybe, and a philosophy. He wants to win. He's a winner. He's competitive. He's aggressive. He's direct. He tells you how it is. More often than not, I felt that he'd say to me, "Look, you're not. If you don't do these things, you're not going to play." A lot of managers won't say that to you. They'll tell you what you want to hear. He doesn't tell you what you want to hear. He doesn't mince his words, and I think everybody bought into that.
I signed on, let's say, the Thursday, played the Saturday, obviously travelling down from Plymouth, stayed in the hotel, and then we played Crystal Palace at home, I think, and Scowcroft has scored a hat-trick, I believe. I had a good chance as well. About 6 yards out, header, not best with my head either. And I thought it was a half chance, but looking back, it was a decent opportunity on my debut to score. And anyway, we got beat 3-0. On Monday, we watched the video with Mick, as you do, going through the video, and Mick doesn't mince his words. So we've gone through the video, and obviously at that time, the strikers at the club were not struggling, but they weren't getting what they needed out of the strikers, which is why they brought me in. So we went through the video, went through the mistakes of the goal, and then my opportunity come up, and he's gone, same old story with the strikers. And honestly, if I was any less of a character than I was, I could have folded at that minute, and that could have been the end of my Wolves career.
You've been here 4 days.
I'd been here, literally, travelled from Plymouth, which is in the middle of nowhere, the bottom of the world, and I'm in a hotel for a couple of nights, making my debut with new lads. But it was brilliant.
He signed young, hungry players, maybe who hadn't been there. A lot of us hadn't been to the Premier League, and we had a mixture of people like Jody Craddock, Looms, who had already earned their trade and could pass on their knowledge to the younger players. We had a mixture of young, hungry players like myself, who were desperate to achieve, desperate to get there, and maybe and some with a lot more ability than me, who could. We had a really nice mix of players.
That group of lads, that change room, we're all sort of similar ages. We're all wanted to get better, to improve, and we were successful, and ultimately that's enjoyable, and that was probably most enjoyable time playing football, because we were winning most weeks. We were playing great football in the Premier League. We were in the Premier League for 3 years and still producing, and it was amazing. It was amazing. It was a really, really good squad.
It was more than just a group of players. It was a family, and it's something that I think that unity. We had no fear for anyone. There was the way that we played football, the way we put out there and we scored goals. Yeah, we were expansive. Yeah, we conceded goals, but if you scored 3, we'd score 4 or 5. And that's what we believed. You know what I mean? And when you go through all the players, me and Sylvan, Vauxy, you know what I mean? Andy Keogh, one of the best trainers every single day. You know what I mean? He reached the levels because he loved it. Karl Henry, David Jones. Honestly, I could go through everyone. I could, you know what I mean? Jarvis and Kites on the wings, that they scored their goals, they created for others. And then the back, Michael Mansane coming in. You got I could go through them all. Everyone played a part. And no, it does. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it now. But that season for me, every footballer wants to play at the highest level. They want to test themselves against the best. And saying that I got promoted to the Premier League as a champion of the championship, then nothing. It's a proud moment for me.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable moment. You could feel the tension in the stadium. All the flags were out, and it was the moment. And it had to be the moment. You couldn't send them home without knowing we were back in the Premier League. And I'd not played a lot of football at all. I think I played 60 minutes that game. And Keogh's just, unbelievable. He just just wouldn't give up any lost causes, and you knew that. I knew that. So I was always, when the ball was going, it was going. I was thinking he's gonna get there. So I was just positioned, ready, and he got there, and that's what he does. And some of that goes unmissed, really. Yeah. But the level of respect I've got for Keogh and what he'd done, especially that day, but what he'd done in his whole Wolves time, he's unbelievable. Like, I credit him with a lot of things, do you know what I mean? But that goal and that moment, I credit Keogh with that massively.
Winning the championship, it has to be. That was brilliant, especially when you consider when I came in, we were expected to get relegated. I had about 10 players, 11 players, get £1 million to spend, build a team. We finish, sixth, fifth, finishing the playoffs, then we finished seventh. And that was, and Steve had come in then, and people are thinking, oh, they're not doing as well as they should do, and I might get the tin tack at that time.
Yeah.
And fair play to Steve, he came in and invested in Christophe Berra. Steve Morgan invested in Christophe Berra and Sylvan Ebanks-Blake, made a hell of a difference to our squad. And then the season that we had then and winning it, yeah, that's a success. Staying in the Premier League, very proud, twice. But winning it was brilliant.